Ladies and gentlemen, please forgive the long introduction, but I've run out of material and I've got to patch the time. Back to the Cavendish Arms. This is the Comedy Concentrate. This is me pretending that comedy online is as much fun as comedy in the pub. It's not, ladies and gentlemen. It's making me absolutely bonkers. I'm stood in my bedroom shouting with no audience. Last week I did get heckled though. It was one of our neighbours shouting, "Shut the fuck up!" Ladies and gentlemen, but I don't care. I'm going to keep shouting. I'm going to keep screaming. But my drinking is getting worse and worse during lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. I've gone from just drinking beer to drinking whiskey. And the thing is, I only drink alcohol-free drinks. Alcohol-free beer, that's okay, it's refreshing. Alcohol-free whiskey, what's the point? The horrors of whiskey and the joy. But please get me back in that pub soon. I can't stand it anymore. I need a live audience. The only one I've actually got is my 10-year-old daughter who sat there and she doesn't like it when I swear. Fuck her. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Comedy Virgins, the Comedy Concentrate. We need your help. If you're watching at YouTube, on YouTube, we need some help because we've got about 8 comedians performing for you tonight, and they are bored as well. They've got no one to laugh at their jokes but you. So if you're watching on YouTube, please send them messages, send them thumbs up, let them know what you think. It's not a passive affair. You've got to join in. Would you like to see the comedians? Let's have a look at them, Shirley. Give us a wave, guys. Let's have a look at those comedians. Remy, come on. Let me have a look. See, they're all there. We are. There they are. Oh, bless them. Ladies and gentlemen, now, further ado, we're going to take them out of their little boxes and make them big so that they can tell you their jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't care if you're in a room on your own. I want you clapping, screaming, shouting and whooping. Comedians, I want you to do the same, clapping until your hands are blurry. Come on, let's welcome to the stage the first actor, the fabulous Mr. Neil Craig. Where are you, Neil?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yes, lovely to be here. Thank you very much. Wearing a shirt tonight. I thought I'd make a bit of an effort. Yeah, they don't call me Sexy Neil. They don't call me Sexy Neil. So we're straight in. So obviously we're all locked down during the lockdown. I've been spending a lot of time in the garden. So my mental health is absolutely top banana at the moment because I always try and remember what Buddha said, that you should always spend 20 minutes a day in nature. And those that say they haven't the time should spend twice as long. Yes, Buddha there, you see, having no real grasp of logistics, doesn't really understand how the world works, but, he is giving it a go. So good on him. I've been spending a lot of time in nature, as I said, and I've been I did a lot of bird watching as well in the garden. And I've actually started identifying friends I know and people close to me as birds. I'll give you an example. My partner, I think she's basically like a jay. She's shy. She's beautiful. I associate myself a bit like a hummingbird. I've got a lot of energy. I'm flipping about all over the place. Actually, I just recently overheard a couple of my really good mates from my local ornithology club. I overheard them describe me as the bearded tits. So, guys, I missed them. And that, I believe, is my 1 minute. So thank you very much.
Come on! Give a round of applause. And if you're watching on YouTube, get your fingers on your keyboard and get typing. We know you're there. We know you're watching. I need to see some messages coming up on the screen. But Mr. Neil Clark, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring the next act up. And for the next act, what I would like is all the comedians to hold their hands up like this and start them moving like this and cheer and shout, even if you're on your own on the road. Make some noise. We welcome to the stage. You're raising the fantastic, very extravaganza of a lady. It's Marty Gleason. Come on, Marty.
So
I'm so dead after that now. Absolutely frazzled. It feels like a bunch of cats in a bag. Like I was doing virtual flat viewings all day today, and just even seeing my face on screen is giving me like PTSD to being like, what are your hobbies? Like, what do you do outside of work? And I told them, I was like, oh, I love going to the pub, which is but one thing I forgot about the pub that I really missed is like the girls' bathrooms. Just because the energy in there and the like sort of ecosystem of like fast firing compliments, like every time someone walks in you're just like a bunch of hens at brunch being like, your top is lovely, I love your face. You know. And like I feel like every time I go into a bathroom now, I'm like triggered, looking around, looking to compliment things, and like that's a gorgeous toilet. And then like a new girl comes in, and you all just stop and you all look at her like a load of bookies, like a load of kind, supportive bookies shouting at a horse, being like, your form is amazing. Here. Oh my gosh, it's not be like that. It's not all the time, but fucking the girls' bathrooms. I'm finished.
Yay!
Marty.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube and you can't be bothered to comment on our comedians, you must be dead in the eyes. Come on, this is good entertainment. Come on, send some comments. Don't be lazy. Join in. So far, so good, ladies and gentlemen. This is open mic. We never know what we're gonna get. It's as much as a surprise to me as it is to you. Let's find out what's going to come out on the comedy roulette next, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the stage with clapping, cheering, shouting, and whooping. Price.
Woo! Yes.
Hello. So, how is social distancing going? So far, so good? I'm chipping myself early doors, I won't lie. Okay, great. Government are doing really well, right? Oh, look, irony, so cerebral. But seriously, like, Dominic Cummings is still around. Great. I mean, I think it's going to be okay, though. I don't know if you remember, but Brexit is actually going to get rid of all those unelected officials running everything. So it's all going to be fine, guys. No, but seriously, I'm quite depressed with everything politically, you know. I mean, I'm not sure I've been quite as depressed since that time that woman got that cat off the street and put her in the bin. Do you remember that? Yeah, that was... No, but the Tories have been on top form this week, right? Selling the NHS, did you see that? Oh, yeah, remember the NHS, that thing that we spent 4 fucking months clapping for? Yeah, just sell it, Boris, no problem, woohoo! But also, not the weirdest thing to come out of Boris this week. The weirdest thing was Boris saying that he was sexually attracted to fox hunting. Did anyone see that? Yeah, that was a low point for Boris. And you know... I mean, I don't know about you. I don't get it. I think probably nobody really gets it. Like, even when Boris went down and you know, told the lads from the Bullingdon Club that he pulled a stone cold fox last night, they probably didn't think that he meant wanking over Basil Brush's lifeless corpse. No, you know, to be honest, I get it, really. Because at the end of the day, Boris, you don't have to pay child support or hush money with a fox. And also you don't have to worry about NDAs because of their can't sign them with the paws. So, fair enough. That's me, thank you.
Price, if you're watching on YouTube, come on, send us some comments. And Stella, thank you. I've been really bored during lockdown. I've run out of things to do, but now I have the thought of wanking over the dead body of Basil Brush. Yay! If you want to watch that on YouTube, guys, I'll send you the link. Time for the next comedian. Please welcome to the stage a man who's been at the Cavendish Arms longer than the bottle of Martini Rosso that we've got down in the cellar. Even dustier than that, but he's been there longer. It's the fabulous Mr. Brendan. on, Brendan.
Thanks very
There he
much.
is.
Yes, it's an interesting week. It's been for Boris. I know we were just talking about him there, but I found it very interesting. You have a prime minister called Boris, and you have a Russian hacking. It's like, come on. And the guy is standing there going, no, shh, bye, ego. Anyway. But what interests me about the hacking, right? Like, I mean, let's face it, right? You know, if the Russians aren't hacking your elections, you're not a player. You know what I mean? So there's a bit of kudos associated with the hackers. It's like you know, it'd be almost like, you know, you get these celebrities, you know, who call themselves influencers, and but they've got no security. You know what I mean? You don't class as a celebrity unless you got these guys around you, you know, with the earpieces and things. And of course, as I said, you know, the police don't count. So kind of going out and getting into a street fight and getting surrounded by security, that's what I'm not talking about. That doesn't make you a celebrity. No, that makes you... Anyway, listen, that's enough for me. I know you've been really enlightened about what's really going on behind the curtain.
Yay!
If you're watching on YouTube, send him some messages. But don't forget, we've also got the interior design project going on. We're trying to teach Brendan to accessorise his rather dull-looking house. Have a look at Trevor's when he comes on. Trevor's accessorised. So if anybody's got any ideas for, look at Tom Ward's house. It looks nice. Shirley's got nice. Anybody who's got any interior design ideas, just jot them down. Send them to Brendan. We've got to decorate. Brendan, put something on the bloody walls. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brendan O'Donoghue. Give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the night, me and Shirley normally have a chat. We have a little chat. Shirley, my wife there, we have a little chat about some interesting things that have happened during the week. But this week, not a lot's happened. So what I've done is, she doesn't know about this. What I've done is I cooked dinner and I put fresh parsley in it. And now I'm just going to say to Shirley, you know, you got parsley in your tea, and she'll panic.
Oh, that's me.
Don't, Shirley. It's not true.
If I can't check.
Just show us, Shirley.
No.
We'd have noticed.
Hey, Shirley, this is what happened. This lady hates having parsley in her tea. That's what entertainment's come to. I'm getting cruel. I'm cooking dinners with parsley and winding my wife up on the internet.
That's just me.
It's funny. It's just cruelty. I'm
No,
sorry,
like
Shirley.
this.
Shirley, I promise you haven't got parsley in your teeth. It's okay.
Well, how can I trust you?
You can't. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the next step. Put your hands together. Start the clapping. Start the cheering. Start the shouting. Please, welcome to the stage, Mr. Christian Byrne and Shirley. Your teeth are lovely.
Hey, Brendan, you little prick. Heard you been using BeatSync. What? You can't mix vinyl? You fucking pussy, oh, you're dead. Anyway, that's enough of that. Look down, there's Tickle Town. There's the River Tum. Tickle on the what? Tickle on the tum. Ra-cha-cha, da-da-da, skip it up, doobie. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What is this?
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Fucking prick! That's dark.
I guess that's a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, that took Shirley's spear and parsley away. She's more scared of that than she is of having parsley in her tea. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, clapping, screaming, shouting. Maybe call the police for Mr. Christian. And ladies and gentlemen, Let's get the next act up. We're going to do that by clapping, cheering, shouting, and whooping as we welcome to the stage the amazing Mr. Trevor Schimmel. Come on, Trevor.
Woo!
Hello. Is anyone there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lockdown, schmuck down. The lockdown is easing. To hell with the sneezing. So open the windows and please let the breeze in. And stop all your teasing. I know that your key's in the lock because you want to go out and buy cheese in. Now the lockdown is easing. People keep coming up to me and saying, Trev, how you going? What did you do in lockdown? And I say to these people, what did you do in lockdown? Mind your own business, you miserable bastard. What I do in lockdown stays in lockdown. Okay. But for you people, I will say that over the last few months, I've been brushing up on my triangle skills. There it is. Now, I had this one sent over from Bermuda. It did get lost in the post, but just before lockdown, the postman brought it, so I've been practicing. Now, I've been using one of these, but the cold weather's got to it, and that's my beta carotene. But when lockdown's really bad, you know, the dark days, I've learned a little song that cheers me up, and I'm going to sing it to you now. I've lost track of me minute. I'm not sure how long I've got, but I'll finish with this. Don't worry about it. Cause every little I'll be alright. Now, before I go, what is this for? And here is one I did earlier.
Hey.
I think that's a minute.
We've been doing open mic comedy for 12 years, 3 nights a week, maybe 4 or 5. And I think it's people like Trevor make it worthwhile. Give him a round of applause. Everybody's got a giggle in them, and we like to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have one more comedian on the stage. Start the clapping, start the cheering, start the shouting, start the whooping, start the banging on the walls, start the screaming. Dear Downey, come on. Where are you?
Hey. Hello. Oh, I can see me big. Hi, what a gig. what minutes we've had. I hope Christian's okay. We've watched the trust in Dave and Shirley's relationship evaporate, so that's been quite exciting. I'm going to brag to Marty because I actually was in a girls' pub toilet like a few hours ago. I know, but the thing is, there were no other, it's like 1 in, 1 out, so there's no other girls. So all the compliments go, and there were just these really austere signs about washing your hands. I'm sorry. One more thing we've lost. One more casualty. What were we going to say? How are you doing? How are your parents? They're all right. I hope they're all right. I feel it's a time for like real chat now in the pandemic because there's nothing else to do apart from consider the meaning of life. And if you do fancy having like a healing chat with your parents, I suggest you get it in sooner rather than later. And I've got some suggested lines of inquiry. Why do you value being right over being playful? So something I want to ask my dad. Who hurt you? And so the house. I've wildly lost track of my time. I think that might be a minute. Thanks very much.
I don't know if this is going to come across because I can't remember enough of it, but there's a really well-known poem, and I don't know if you know it. And if you read it one way, it's really racist, and if you read it backwards, it's really beautiful and kind. It's a very clever poem, and I wish I had it. But basically, if you read it one way, it's horrible and racist, and if you read it backwards, it's beautiful and kind. And the whole idea is. The idea is about making people think differently, right? Now, my dad's a Daily Mail reader, okay? And during lockdown, we'd go meet him and he would just stand on the drive outside his door like this. And we would be 2 meters away. And we went round once and he decided to read this poem out. So my dad stood on it. Now, we know my dad, he's not a proper racist, but he's a Daily Mail racist. Do you know what I mean? He's not too and he'd been on his own for about 2 months. And our next door neighbour's Asian on both sides. And he has arguments with them, not about being Asian, but about their parking. So we'd come round, he'd had a go at them, he'd had a go at them about their parking. And then he said to me and Shirley, I've got something I want to tell you. And he stood on our drive, like the drive, like this, all on his own. And he started to read it out, and he read it the racist way. Now, at this point, we'd never heard of this poem that's beautiful the other way. And we were just sat listening to my dad reading out this awful racist diatribe with two lots of neighbours who he's been arguing with about their parking. And we suddenly thought it wasn't the parking. He's completely lost it, and he's completely racist.
He's just gone.
Oh, God.
And then he looked at us and said, what do you think of that? And me and Shirley just sat there in silence. He's lost it. And then he said, because actually it's a really beautiful poem, and he read it out.
And it was amazing. But oh my God, that's scary.
It's scary, isn't it? He just looked like he lost it and joined the National Front.
Sorry.
Anyway, it turns out he's not a racist. He was reading a beautiful poem. He just hates his neighbours because of the parking. And do you know what they do? They park outside their own houses in a van.
For goodness sake.
He doesn't like that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my dad. I know he's not watching because he doesn't like anything I do. So we won't be insulting him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the last act of the evening. Please put your hands together, start the clapping, start the cheering, start the whooping. I'd like to welcome back to the Cavendish. He hasn't been here for a while. It's the fabulous, the amazing Mr. Tom Ward. Come on, Tom.
Oh my God.
That's Tom.
I haven't heard clapping for so long. That is just beautiful. And what's nice about it is you haven't even seen me yet, but I take it goes straight to my head. I've got one of those spongy egos. The audience have literally been told to clap and whoop, but I'm still taking it personally. Thank you, ego, and thank you, people, for making it possible that I would feel lovely. It's not a wig. Good evening. I haven't done a gig for 125 days. And I feel like that's a good thing to say, because this gig feels a little bit like a support group for very broken people. There's one broken person from each demographic. And Christian's even got a broken mate involved. I love the fact that earlier today they would have practiced that. And that was Thursday sorted. Because every fucking day in lockdown is just long. So that was nice in the diary that they both had that to look forward to today, isn't it? Oh, great. On Thursday, you can pretend to kill me. And then puke in the washing up bowl. That's fun, isn't it? It's so hard to know what to talk about, isn't it? Because, everyone's kind of bored and tired of the disease stuff. But the world before March is sort of like talking about the 70s, isn't it? People are like, what are you talking about pre-March 2020? That's gone now. Everything before March is dead. Granddad, what are you talking about climate change and your mum for? That's all gone now. Talk about masks. Why are you talking about masks and meters? I wasn't sure. I've heard mixed reports about the masks. Some people saying they don't make any difference. Some people say they do. So I've designed a little 50-50 here. So that I can appease both sides of me and the world. I've heard that there's going to be fines soon. There's going to be fines. You get a fine if you go into a shop without wearing a mask, which is very clever, isn't it? The government have got to make that money back somehow, haven't they? I'm wondering how that's going to play out. Is it going to be like an on-the-spot fine, or are you going to get a sort of like a speeding ticket a week later, but for going into Budgeons? You get sent a grainy photo of yourself in Budgeons last week, holding Ribena, and you have to ask your wife to pretend it was her. You've already got some points. But that would only work for those creepy couples that look similar. So yeah, well, she's actually would be me most of the time, because I only go for girls with legendary hair as well. It's a weird time, very weird time. I haven't seen my father since May 2006, because he died then of a brain tumor. I've actually been banging a pan outside my house for the last 14 years to say thank you to the hospice staff that looked after him, but no one joined me then because it wasn't fashionable. I saw my mum last month for the first time since March. I missed her birthday and Mother's Day, which is excellent because I can sort of save some money. Hopefully there'll be a second outbreak just around Christmas time. I can save up for that house I'll never otherwise be able to afford, because she just won't bloody die, will she? I think me and Thea should go, because I love Thea's set, because that shows the confidence of Thea as a comedian, that she ended her set with the house. I mean, that is confident. That's a confident ending, isn't it? The house. You can tell when someone's been going for a few years. I remember 2019 fondly. It does seem like a strange thing, doesn't it? 2019. I went to South Korea. I did some gigs over there in Seoul, where my hair is absolutely fine. God, I missed that time. That was who knew that 2019 was the golden era? Think about how you felt in 2019. Now look back, yeah? Now you're thinking, oh, I'd give anything to be back in that shit. It was just a slightly thinner amount of shit, wasn't it? It was like it came up to slightly less high on your boot. Now we're wading in shit. Back then we were just sort of just sitting around on a bit of shit. Lovely time. Lovely time looking back. Look, I've probably done my time. This is thank you so much to Dave and Shirley for having me on, where I started my comedy life in 2011 at the Cavendish Arms, and where Dave, I've never fully recovered from meeting Dave for the first time. And I don't think I'd be doing comedy if it wasn't for those two. So thank you to you both. And this is a truly surreal gig at the Cavendish. I was practicing in that earlier. That's my mirror. It's very rare that you talk about the thing that's there. What a way to end. Not as good as Thea's ending.
The house.
Keep supporting the Cavendish.
Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, I remember your first gig at Tom. I think I shouted at you.
You did, yes, you did.
Yay! That's all I know. I can't speak in a low voice. I'm a shouty kind of guy. I hope you've enjoyed this tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about keeping comedy going, supporting brand new comedians, aspiring comedians, and aged, haggard ones like Tom, giving them a place to perform, a place to try out material. Even though pubs are closed, comedy clubs are closed, we have heard that as of the 1st of August, we might be able to open and do live comedy. Unfortunately, we'll only be allowed about 20 people in the room, as opposed to the normal 70 or 80 we get. But we don't care. We're going to do it anyway. We will, as always, be begging for people to put money in a bucket or money online so we can keep paying the bills, keep paying the staff, keep paying for the rubbish to be taken away, and maybe make it through to next year and open again properly. So if you're watching and you have enjoyed this, Shirley will be putting up a PayPal thing. Please donate. Don't just watch and walk away. Please don't be that person. You wouldn't go to a restaurant, eat the food, and walk away. So please don't do it here. If you've enjoyed it, you're watching one of your friends perform, or even if you're a performer or an ex-performer, bunk some money in our bucket. It will all go straight back to keeping the Cavendish going. and keeping me going and keeping me talking and giving me somewhere to talk. Because before we had it, nobody would listen. Now we own a pub, everybody has to listen to me because it's our pub and I can talk to them as I like. In a moment, I'm going to do the first 4 hours of my 12-hour Edinburgh show that will be really at the Cavendish at some point. Until then, cheers.
Now.